Dwarkadish Prabhu, when he was student, he saw Maharaj, and when he came to know that he is a postgraduate doctor from America, and they were just students entering the college, he was so inspired, and Maharaj was so simple, and he was doing so many wonderful services in zoo there that time. Later Maharaj was sent to Kurukshetra. He and Krishnanand Prabhu, they used to travel in bicycle and trying to cultivate people, and they were the first who started the center in Kurukshetra. And then Maharaj is sannyasi for last 40 years, more than, and then later on he started preaching in Nellore. He has developed beautiful temple and a farm community, and many wonderful developments are happening. And so, and Maharaj is like Radhesham Prabhu. Many times he will always, whenever you talk about Vaishnava and simplicity, Maharaj, he will give Maharaj's example. Maharaj is very simple, and though he's so senior, but very, very friendly and encouraging everybody. So we are very happy that on his way to Mayapur, he has decided to come here and bless us. So let us welcome His Holiness Sukhdev Swami Maharaj to Sri Shinitai Gaurang Temple ISKCON New Town by loudly chanting 3 times. Haribo! 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 Maharaj is also initiating spiritual master in ISKCON, and he has been guiding and inspiring many, many devotees. Thank you, Maharaj, for giving your valuable association.
Whenever we are in gatherings, I see him taking such a service-minded, humble position. It's always something to remember to keep us going. Gauranga bolite habe pulaka sarira, Hari Hari bolite nayane babe nira. Gauranga bolite habe pulaka sarira, Hari Hari bolite na yane babenira. Araka benita chanda karuna hoibe, samsara vasana mora kabe tushabe. Araka benita chanda karuna hoibe, samsara vasana mora kabe tushabe. Vishaya chadiya kabe sudha abhimana, kabe ham herava Sri Vrindavana. Vikshaya Chadeya Kabe Sutta Abhimana Kabe Amherava Sri Vrindavana. Rupa Raghunada Rupa Raghunada Pada Hoive Akote Kabe Am Bhuja Vase Yugala Piriti. Rupa Raghunada Pada Hoive Akote Kabe Am Bhuja Vase Yugala Piriti. Rupa Raghunada Pada Rahu Mara Asa Pradhana Kara Sada Narathamadasa. Rupa Raghunada Pada Rahu Mara Asa Pradhana Kara Sada Narathamadasa. Gauranga Balite Pulaka Sarira Hari Hari Balite Na Yane Babenira. Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga Jaya Gaurahari. Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga Jaya Gaurahari. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol. Nitya Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajikacharya Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Nitya Leela Pravishta Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani Ki श्री श्री निताय गौरंग भगवान के समवेत गौर भक्तवृंद के निताय गौर प्रेमानंद गुलाली ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भागवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, Chapter 8, the story of Pingala, text number 22 to 27. We will be reading 27. Tasya vittasaya sushyad Tasya vittasaya sushyad Vaktraya dena chetasa Vaktraya dena chetasa Nirveda paramo jagye Nirveda paramo jagye Chinta hetu sukavaha Chinta hetu sukavaha Tasya vitta saya sushyad Vaktraya dena chetasa Nirveda paramo jagye Chinta hetu sukavaha Ladies, translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki. Translation. As the night, I'm supposed to read 22 this sloka. Pingala nama Veshasid Videha Nagarepura Tashyame Sikshitam Kinchin Niboda Nrupanandana Sa Swayan Ekada Kantam Sanketa Upanishati Abhut Kale Bahirdware Bibrati Rupam Uttamam Marga Agasyato Viksha Purushan Purusharshava Tan Sulkadan Vittavata Kanta Menardha Kamuki Agashve Payateshu Sa Sanketo Pajivani Apyanyo Vittavan Kopi Mam Upashyati Bhurida Yevam Dura Saya Dwasta Nidra Dwarya Valambati Nirgashyanti Pravishati Nisitam Samapadyata Tasya Vitta Saya Sushad Vaktraya Dena Chetasa Nirveda Paramo Jagya Chinta Hetu Sukhava. O son of kings, previously in the city of Videha there dwelled a prostitute named Pingala. Now please hear what I have learned from that lady. Once that prostitute, desiring to bring a lover into her house, stood outside in the doorway at night, showing her beautiful form. O best among men, this prostitute was very anxious to get money, and as she stood on the street at night, she studied all the men who were passing by, thinking, oh, this one surely has money. I know he can pay the price, and I am sure he would enjoy my company very much. Thus she thought about all the men on the street. As the prostitute Pingala stood in the doorway, many men came and went, walking by her house. Her only means of sustenance was prostitution, and therefore she anxiously thought, maybe this one who is coming now is very rich. Oh, he is not stopping, but I am sure someone else will come. Surely this man who is coming now will want to pay me for my love, and he will probably give lots of money. Thus, with vain hope, she remained leaning against the doorway, unable to finish her business and go to sleep. Out of anxiety, she would sometimes walk out toward the street, and sometimes she went back into her house. In this way, the midnight hour gradually arrived. Today's text. As the night wore on, the prostitute, who intensely desired money, gradually became morose, and her face dried up. Thus, being filled with anxiety for money and most disappointed, she began to feel a great detachment from her situation, and happiness arose in her mind. Purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada Ki. It appears from these verses that on this particular night, the prostitute Pingala was not at all successful in attracting customers to her house. Being completely frustrated and disappointed, she gradually became indifferent to her situation. Thus, great suffering sometimes leads one to the path of enlightenment. Or, according to a Sanskrit proverb, disappointment gives rise to the greatest satisfaction. The prostitute had dedicated her life to satisfying the lusty desires of many men, engaging her mind, body, and words in the service of paying lovers. She completely forgot the devotional service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and thus her mind was most unsteady and disturbed. Finally, being completely frustrated, her face and throat drying up, she began to feel indifferent to her situation, and happiness arose in her mind. Om Ajnanati Mirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshuro Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Nama Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayan Rupa Kadamayan Dadati Swapadantakam Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktaranam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. One time we went on yatra with about 150 people, 2-3 buses, to Kathmandu area, and we reached almost around 10:30, 11. Going from place to place, yatra. And we were meant to stay in some hotel in Kathmandu. 2 nights stay and go for see places. Nilkanta, Buddha Nilkanta, some other places. ISKCON Kathmandu. I don't know what is this red light area. We heard about it. Like yesterday, he was taking me to Bhaktivinoda's house. I said, this is the red light area. Generally, someone is not so much into literature or what is this red light area. So I read it here and there, but I have not visited any red light area. And we all got out of our buses, and so many young ladies, they were all just calling. What is going on? Night 11 o'clock. We don't know that. Generally it's the night time, everybody It's going on like, we saw here, we saw there, everywhere, like that. Then I this is, I said, why we are staying here? That is the posh area of Nepal. Women make their earnings like this prostitute. Our way of living is by making money like that. Maybe it is easy money. You spend an hour or two, and whatever you demand in the beginning itself, they will pay you. So anyway, the point is, all of us in this world, we don't know what we want, and we say we want happiness, but literally people don't know what is happiness and how happiness can be obtained. That not everybody in this world is in search of happiness, because our existence in the material world, we don't know how long has it been going on. Like even among devotees, it's not that we just have become devotees. If you have come to accept this Vaishnava Sampradaya, it is not an ordinary thing. For whatever reason, if somebody comes to Gaudiya Vaishnavism, to the association of devotees, it cannot be a chance. So it must be the result of, even if you meet some devotee in the train and he begins to talk to us, or when someone is selling books on the street, Prabhupada books, and he's talking. If someone takes interest, that man taking interest is not taking interest in this first very human life. So, because Bhagavad Gita says, Bhagavatam says that spending time with Vaishnava or hearing about Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, it is not an ordinary thing. It says, Bahunam janmanamante jnanavan mam prapadyate vasudevam sarvamiti samahatma sudarlabha. Coming to hear this kind of conclusions is out of the world. Because this is the only business, but we never get to hear about this thing anywhere in this world except in the association of devotees. My birth, my association and upbringing and my personal interests, if I look back what I was 40 years ago, it's like very materialistic, very bad. Although gone through many fearful, bitter experiences in life, but hoping against hope. I don't know, forgotten. Like here, this Pingala is a prostitute. Suddenly, it's waste of time It is useless to trying to find happiness or trying to find money to gratify my desire. She was a prostitute, must be for some time. Seasoned prostitute. And she must have spent many lifetimes. And now, it's not that she is meeting the devotees. At least she is becoming disillusioned about material existence. What is this nonsense? Looking for. And what is certainty that we will get anything we want in this world? We may get it, but what is the guarantee that that will perpetually satisfy us? We have gone through all this, all of us, with our whatever age group we are, for 23 years, for 70 years, for whatever age. But did we get any idea about what can make me fearless, what can make me satisfied, and what can make me enthusiastic, hanker for it. If you get something real thing, you will hanker for it. Even against all odds, you will hanker for it. I remember when I was doing my intermediate, 11th or 12th class, I was sleeping in my house, and there was a Hare Krishna Kirtan. Hare Krishna Kirtan early in the morning, like Prabhat Fairy. And devotees, I did not go to see, but I got up, probably because of this tumultuous Kirtan. I said, oh, this is so nice, this Kirtan. And then I went back to sleep, that's it. That's it. That means Krishna was reminding that it's so out of the world, and because the sleep was so much on. I slept. Probably the Kirtan party went off. I did not care to see, just for a moment of time. And then I forgot about the whole thing. And then I was again into struggle. Then I moved on to United States. The reason I moved on to United States, the medical practice in India is all full of scams. There is no honesty. People practice medical profession for money. They have no concern for the patients, and it's for money. And what do we learn among the so-called my senior doctors here? What will I learn? Because they are just after money, and they are not interested to really try to understand the problems of people and try to help them. As a doctor, I can say that a teacher and a doctor, they should never be money-minded. Then you will never have any satisfaction in life, and you will never do any justice to your patients, because your eye is on the money, not from your experience of seeing the patients. Now, Krishna will give you intelligence when you are looking for, I want to help the patients, and from my experience, I did this. Maybe what else can help this patient? That's how inventions and discoveries happen. And if doctors are in that mood, then slowly things will happen, and we'll come to what is called real medicine. Real medicine means this medical practice is not all, but it has to be clubbed or combined with spiritual life. Spiritual life comes a little later, but medical life is not in all, but it's a question of leading a disciplined life. And disciplined life, it will slowly come to mode of goodness, and then we understand what is spiritual life is about. So this is not there. So I thought I should not practice here in India. I should go to West, where there is scope for research and where is scope for honestly practicing. You can practice there. So I went there, and I became disillusioned there also. The doctors, the nurses, the doctors, their drinking. A doctor is supposed to know that drinking is a vice, drinking is a bad habit, and if a doctor doesn't stop drinking, what guts will have? He will have to say the patients that don't drink. He cannot educate them. He is a victim himself, or he may not be drinking himself, but if he is money-minded, he is not bothered, because they say, like the lawyers and doctors, when people are in problems, they become happy. The lawyer, when people are fighting, quarreling, it's a business for the lawyer. How I will get my clients. Generally, we should not think that people should fight so that my business will go on. And also people should become sick, so that I will get patients. That should not be. So that means the whole system is topsy-turvy. Nobody is bothered. So what will happen? So I found a situation there in America like that, and simply, prostitution in medical community, because they know how to avoid pregnancy. They know that it is all right, it is not bad. I was traveling in a train. I was sitting with some Punjabi family, and then some discussion ensued. And I told, during the preaching, I said, sex desire is a punishment. I said, sex desire is a punishment. What? I think, why are you saying like that? They don't know that there is nothing more pleasurable than sex. And I said, sex life is a punishment from God. And then, you are a doctor yourself, why are you saying like that? But as we are all trying to practice spiritual life and trying to become free from this itching sensation. Prabhupada called it. Is itching a natural thing? Itching is an illness. Itching. Suppose somebody has scabies or somebody has some itching problem. To scratch and itch, you feel good. But that is not a healthy experience. Your skin will go further bad. So actually, if you really focus, where stands what? What is the sex life about? The discussion was there, Prabhupada disciples and Prabhupada, how much sex is healthy? How much sex is healthy? Prabhupada said the sex life by nature's arrangement is meant for procreation. If you want a child, then legitimately get married and have children. Like Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj said, if I can produce a Krishna conscious person, I want to produce at least 100 children, because the world needs so many preachers to transform this world so that people can live like sane human beings, people can live like good human beings, and ultimately that people become devotees. Human life is meant for becoming a devotee of God. While I was reading, I will bring to your attention what was there in the purport. And so it is the business. So Prabhupada said, just for children. Who wants children? Why do you want children? Ordinary people say, to continue our dynasty. Our properties are there. Who will enjoy them after us? For that reason, we want children. Or other thing they say, we want children who will take care of us in the old age. When we become old, who will take care of us? And then people are not experienced, and the thing, like Chanakya Pandita said, if there are no children, what is the fun of being a husband and wife? So, and then it is said that the woman desires dozens of children if they can manage. The word stri means expand, one who likes expand in this material world. You expand. Having relatives, this, that, get lost in this material world completely. Let's say it is said, family life is like in the words of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, it is a stool pit, or in the words of Bhagavatam, it is like falling in a deep dark well where no one attends to you. What does it all mean? That when the business is something, we are meant to extricate ourselves from this entanglement in the body. But somehow we think these are my responsibilities, this and that, material, bodily, worldly responsibilities. And we become completely oblivious to our real business. What is Bhagavad Gita teaching us? Krishna is telling us, try to understand who you are. Dehino asmin yada dehe kaumaram yavanam jara tada dehantar prapti derasatanumuyati. Try to understand you are not this changing body. You are the unchanging spirit in this body, soul in this body. And he moves on to say how living in this body is like changing clothes. We are simply, every moment we are transmigrating. So that we are simply dragging on with life, with no purpose, with no understanding. So this is the beginning. That I am not meant for external accomplishments. I am not meant for external exploration. Why we want Hinduism to survive? Why we want India or Bharat to be strong? Because if Bharat is not there, who will give this culture to the rest of the world? If Hinduism is not there, then how Bharat is any different from any other countries? That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, anyone who has taken birth in India, we are not meant to imitate. We are not meant to become like the Western civilization, which is materialistic civilization. But unfortunately, what is the state of affairs in Bharat? No? It is no better than whenever we chant this mantra, Prabhupada's pranam mantra, Pashyatya Destarine. So India is also like a Pashyatya Desa. It's not that our more or less our life is also like that here in India. Where is that way of life? Like only in ISKCON temples we see this kind of spiritual culture and spiritual way of life. That means people are, everyone wants to get up in the morning, and we all want to greet the deities, and we all want to sit down and do sadhana, and want to read the scriptures, and then want to go out and teach. And Prabhupada told that as long as you follow the formula I have given you, that means how, what time we should get up, from the time we get up till we go to bed, how should our time be spent? Not forgetful of Krishna. And you spend like that. And Prabhupada said, don't worry about money. Don't worry about money. For Krishna devotees, money is no problem because Krishna is Lakshmipati. So if we can draw the attention of Krishna, why money will be a scarcity? People are awesome. People are enamored when they look at these ISKCON temples, such big temples, and how such beautiful big temples have come up. Okay, we are not money-minded. We are not interested to build these big temples. What did Prabhupada say when he built the Juhu temple? There are beggars sitting outside, and whenever the temple is built, beggars will come and sit outside, so they will get some charity. And then so many people were sitting outside the Juhu temple. And then Prabhupada, while coming back from his morning walk, he stopped looking at the beggars. And then Prabhupada told his disciples that all these people can come inside and stay with us, provided they follow. They are willing to get up in the morning. It's not that we are only looking for, anybody can come and join, provided you are willing to follow these rules and regulations of ISKCON organization. But they don't, because they are in Tamagun, they have to smoke bidis, and they cannot practice these austerities. That way it is their choice. We were also, when we first became exposed to Krishna consciousness, our lifestyle was also getting up at 7 o'clock, eating in hotels, interested in cinemas, interested in this man-woman attractions. But when intelligence dawned on us, no, this is where will I end up in life if I live like this? Completely, so when we are conditioned to a old body, and then the old age suffering is there, it is like hell. And I'm also an old man, because we are a little deconditioned. Oh, this is the fate of the body. This is what is going on. with the body, what is happening to the body. But at least I am able to see myself that I am not the body. But if I don't have idea about spiritual life, and I'm in a world body, pain all the time, pain everywhere. Whether it is a Swamiji or whether an ordinary man, world body is world body for everybody. Is that right? One thing is because you have come out of it a little bit. You are saying, just tolerate the body. What can you do? Yeah, whatever body, you have to go on with the body. But the hope is now, am I become attached to Krishna or not? If you're attached, I'm getting rid of this body, this life or next life, but certainly because the understanding is there, some degree of realization is there. So go on. As I told in the beginning, people don't know what is happiness and how to attain happiness. It is not a surprise that so many young people, all of you are young only. You are all sitting here because you are exposed to a nice preacher who gave you talks, and you are all student in the learning age of your life. When you heard a Vaishnava speak logically, authoritatively, practically, and with the realization, and it is awakening in you also. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Sukham atyantikam yattad buddhi grahya matindriyam veti yatrana chayo sthitasya tatvata. And he says that there is a perpetual, everlasting happiness which is beyond the body and beyond the mind, beyond the intellect. Then he is talking about spiritual happiness. Sukham atyantikam yattad buddhi grahya patindriyam. And in the 6th chapter also Krishna says, Yamladva chaparam labham mannate nadikam tata esmin sitena dukhena guru napi vichalyata. If you situate yourself in this spiritual happiness, Yamladva chaparam labham, you will know that there is nothing more to gain. And Narottam Das Thakur also says that you don't have to be after worldly things. You don't have to be after money. You don't have to be after going abroad. You don't have to be after beautiful woman and so on. If you really practice spiritual life, the Krishna consciousness, these things will come to test you. This will come in your way. Krishna wants to know, still you have any trace of desire to enjoy them. So they'll come right before you. Don't have, people have to endure a lot. People have to struggle a lot to make fortune, to get to go abroad or to get a woman of her choice and so on. But if you seriously practice bhakti, these things will come. At the same time, because you are seriously practicing bhakti, like Dhruva Maharaj was practicing bhakti, and he got it. He got a kingdom much bigger than his father. Then he felt very stupid about himself. And, after doing all this tapasya, that because he's getting the experience, he's getting purified, he's getting the experience of the self. He said, no, I just want to live like this. I want to live like practicing bhakti all my life. In the Adi Sankaracharya's that Kevala Namashtakam, there is a stanza, it says, Aho dukkam, mahadukkam, dukkha dukkataram yatha, kachardam visputam rasam, hare namayava kevalam. It says, Aho dukkam, mahadukkam, dukkha. The material nature is arranged in such a way, by default, that sometime in life, in some birth, in your journey in this material existence, because otherwise there is no solution. Aho dukkam, mahadukkam, dukkha dukkataram yatha, kachardam vispate ratnam. So we are all, we want something, because the soul is hankering for pure love. The soul is hankering for unlimited happiness, eternal happiness, or pure happiness. It is pure love, pure happiness, and for eternity. But how is that possible? That's why Prabhupada said that preaching is the highest welfare activity. Now, we should not have any doubts about that. We may be moving among materialists, we may be moving among people who are don't be influenced, by all these big schemes and plans that are going on in the material world. It is simply, like a fly got stuck in chashni, honey. As it moves on, it gets more stuck, and finally it dies. Or if it tries to enjoy it, we said, we all see, you leave a bottle of chashni and come in the morning and see hundreds and hundreds die because they become intoxicated and they die. They drink and that. This is our fate. Either we become more entangled in the complexities of life, or we just repeatedly, become intoxicated and die. But where is the salvation? Where is the hope? Unless preachers go out and confront, And, like when Prabhupada reached a Western store, I saw how completely immersed in materialism, height of material life, into so many things. Prabhupada, how am I going to convince them? Where should I start? And then he prayed, you make me speak. I cannot. I cannot. Then Prabhupada became utterly dependent. So it is 9 o'clock. So the point is that like this Pingala here, when I told you in the middle of my talk that there's a good point here. People sometimes wonder, I'm a young man, should I join or not? Like parents at this age, is it right thing our son is doing? But here, it said, finally, being completely frustrated, her face and throat drying up, she began to feel indifferent to her situation. So if you have really understood what is spiritual life, you cannot but practice. You cannot but join the association of devotees. And you cannot but preach, whatever you are. It's not that like you all know, you are all sitting in Kolkata, getting big preachers coming here, talking, So what? Whatever we are, we are here to preach. So you sit down, pray, because if I become a devotee wearing saffron clothes and joined full time, there is a reason why I joined. You can share your realizations. What made you? Lastly, some 6 girls joined our ashram. They have completed their MA, MSc, B.Ed in different subjects, and they associated with us in Kurukshetra and they joined. And then it is a big thing. Young girls want to join. They came as a group. And then I was watching them. They are coming from the university. Kurukshetra University is about 4 or 5 kilometers from ISKCON temple. And they were coming at Mangalarti. Our temple devotees in winter, they are not attending. Maybe Bihar devotees, Bengal devotees. They're taking it lightly, taking salary and staying there. And these girls, what guts they have, that they are coming from a girls' hostel in the university. And before the temple curtain opens at 4:30, they are there. And I was watching them. My God, what are they doing? And then, as expected, when they completed, they said, we want to come and join. I said, there's a point, yes. Then, yeah, you can join. You all get married and practice Krishna consciousness. You all get married and practice Krishna. So Prabhupada has written in his books like this and all this kind of classes and way of life. And I don't want children, so why should I get married? They were talking. I said, yeah, here is, because they're talking sense. Then I said, all right, you can join, but whenever there's an idea that you would like to get married, don't hesitate, because Krishna consciousness can be practiced in Grihastha life also. Is it right? People ask, is it good to marry or not marry? What is the answer? Wherever you can practice Krishna consciousness, better. If you become a Grihastha and you can practice, that is good for you. If you think avoiding all these things, I can practice Krishna serious, you do that. So we don't say that don't marry or get married, don't do job or do job. No, that's not our business. Whatever helps you to become more Krishna, you do it. And then they came, and then because they were not taking my instruction seriously, and they were not getting along together, slowly wickets started falling down. And then all had get married. One girl got married in Pune, one girl got married in all to devotees to Meerut, and then one girl got married in all to the devotees because they did not listen to the instructions properly, and then offenses and things fell apart. So the point is that people who are born in Bharat, people who are born as Hindus, they are getting plenty of opportunities through ISKCON. What is human life is meant for, and we should be more than 100% convinced that if I give up my job and join, nothing is going to be a shortage. It is such a, if you are joining because you are having utter conviction, you are convinced, that means you are heading for a much materially, spiritually, by way of the place you live in, by the kind of respect you get. It's way above all these things. Your circle becomes so big, and but you are not tempted. when you are rooted strongly in sadhana, by Krishna's arrangement, you are in an opulent situation. By Krishna's arrangement, so many people come to respect you. But you are not here for join ISKCON movement for these things. This is part of material world, things go on. But you are concerned on a daily basis, am I making incremental progress in spiritual life or not? Then when these things come before you, unsought, unasked, they come. And you only take yavan artha as much as necessary. You are not attached to any of them. So, to conclude the class, by doing sadhana, study sadhana on a day-to-day basis, anyone can change. And you come out of all, we think a person like me, can I become a devotee? No, we don't become a devotee. The holy name will make us a devotee. You hold on to the process. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Oh, yeah.
I was told that I should be at 9 o'clock. My flight is what time? 11:20. No, it is 11:20. 5 minutes?
I think you are late then.
I'll be late. There's one question because you're already.
We are curious that you were telling about how you are thinking that in India there is a lot of malpractices in medical field, so you went to America and then you were disillusioned there. And then how you came in touch with devotees and how you joined?
Briefly, because like this Pingala also became what I have to be doing in this world. Exactly same situation, exactly, completely fried out. I've seen flying, cars, big, in hospital, but completely inside, empty. I said, what I'm supposed to be doing in life? Now I relate. Why did when I was doing my 11th standard, why did Kirtan come in my way? I did not take it seriously. And in America again, Krishna showed me all this material glitter. And then, physical, by experience, I came to know what I am supposed to do in life. I cannot live like them, and I don't want all these things. And then Kolkata Prabhu, the GBC, Prabhupada disciple, that time they were all doing book distribution. And then, yeah, right, that so many books he read. He is the first person I met in America. He came to our house. And how I remembered him, I noted down on the book he gave, Kolkata Das, date and time. And after I completed reading the book, was such an important book, that I have met such an important person. I did not meet him for a long time. In Mayapur, I met him. And then I went and told him, you made me a devotee. He did not know. And then now we became. So he came and I said, I'm completely confused. Money is there, but this enjoyment is not worth it. And career is there, but this is all empty life. It's a good realization. It's a good realization. You read this book, it will have all answers. Who are you? What? And I read it and completely finished. I woke up as a devotee. And then I started chanting on my own. Bhagavad Gita, without slokas and all that. Without slokas, only Bhagavad Gita translation, purport, translation. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
We are so grateful to you, Maharaj, for such a wonderful class and insightful realization. Very inspiring. So let us thank. Are you happy to hear Maharaj's class? So let us thank Maharaj for his wonderful session. by loudly chanting 3 times. Haribo! 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 We are really very happy and grateful, Maharaj, you took out time. So please keep always this Calcutta and Newtown in your this thing. Yeah. So please keep on coming. Please keep on coming. Just like this.
Busy life.